court marching with purpose and with style. But I'm bound to say, Sebastian, given the reference you made to the Welsh Guards earlier, there'll be viewers wondering what led you to the Irish Guards.
Well, I have a confession. My father was extremely good at rugby, which is your national sport, and a great sport of the Welsh Guards. He was a barbarian, he was that good. And I couldn't play rugby to save my life. I didn't want to be a disappointment either
Being
to
a bit
him.
modest, you think?
No, absolutely not modest at all, true. I didn't want either to disappoint him or his regiment, so I joined the regiment that I had two uncles on my mother's side in, the Irish Guards.
The rising of the lark, known in Wales as Codiad yr Ehedydd, is the quick march of the Welsh Guards. The Queen acknowledges the colour, the rear of the escort. And there's 2 and 3 guards, also provided by the 1st Battalion Welsh Guards. British Grenadiers tells us it's the Grenadier Guards next. March arranged by Jacob Cappy. Nijmegen Company, 1st Battalion Grenadier Guards. Scots Guards, quick march. Rising tune, Highland Laddie. F Company Scots Guards with us today. Milanolo is the quick march for the Coldstream Guards, the number 7 company. March past in quick time is virtually done. Field officer in brigade waiting, riding out, saluting the Queen again. Neutral quick march is the Welshman. An arrangement of Welsh melodies. Field officer has been sharing his thoughts with us on his task today.
For me, I have a slight confession to make. I first saw the troop when I was 3 years old, and I wanted to do what I'm doing today, and it is mere luck that I'm able to do it, but I feel hugely privileged to be able to do that. It is the closest honour to the honour of commanding your battalion on operations, which I've also been able to do during my time in command, so I'm a very lucky man.
Dino Bossi, the childhood dream, which, Sebastian, one has to say, is a huge ambition fulfilled.
Indeed. And I think quite a lot of us who've had the great honour to serve on this parade and in these regiments have probably had our first taste as young children watching this parade, either here at Horse Guards or indeed on the television. And I know that in my case it was probably the nub of an ambition as well. So I absolutely share what Colonel Dino's just said, and I'm sure that applies to many hundreds of those on parade here today and over the years.
Can he be pleased with the results so far?
I believe so. I was just reflecting, sitting here not far from Downing Street, that the shade of that Welsh wizard, David Lloyd George, could probably be pretty pleased with what he helped to create in 1950.
shoulder! Arms! Officers, take post! Quick march!
Colour is now taken to the front of the escort.
Guards! In open order! Left and right! Press! Mass band! We'll move to the right! Right! Turn! Mass band! By the left! Quick! March!
The Foot Guards have reformed, and it will be very soon the turn of the mounted troops to pass the saluting base. We've got cool weather today, so very good for the horses. The massed bands march to one side, clearing a path for the mounted bands. And the drum horses are the only horses to hold the rank of officer. They are majors. They're owned by Her Majesty the Queen. Big heavy horses, they can either be a Shire or a Clydesdale. And obviously need to carry the weight of those heavy kettle drums. The mounted bands of the Household Cavalry move onto the north side of Horse Guards, led by the Director of Music, Major Paul Willman. He's riding aerial. He's also a qualified medic. And it takes real skill to be able to ride a horse and play at the same time. And as you know, horses are not always perfectly behaved. Last year, in fact, poor Achilles, one of the drum horses for the Lifeguards, had to be removed from the Queen's birthday parade. We thought he was misbehaving, but in fact he was stung by a bee. And the King's Troop now, the 16th year that they have been on parade. They joined the ceremony at Horse Guards by request from the royal family, and first took part in 1998. Very impressive sight, and a high standard of riding in the King's Troop. Many of them compete in eventing, in team chasing and show jumping. And looking back on the history of the King's Troop, you will find it includes an Olympic gold medalist, Frank Weldon, who commanded the King's Troop.
Major Mark Edward, who took command of the King's Troop in August of 2011. It's his second time on parade as commanding officer. Here come the guns. Queen acknowledges. Guns are, in effect, the colour of the King's Troop. They're the real thing. They were used in action in the Great War. Only 25 of these guns in existence today worldwide. The troop itself has kept the title King's Troop. on the orders of the Queen in memory of her father, George VI. Regimental slow of the Life Guards. The Sovereign's escort makes its way past the saluting base, led by the field officer of the Sovereign's escort, the escort commander. Field officer of the Sovereign's escort, Major Nick Stewart of the Life Guards. John Rawdon-Mogg of the Blues and Royals. Their recent history going back to 1969, when the Royal Horse Guards, the Blues, were amalgamated with the Royal Dragoons, the Royals, to form a new regiment, the Blues and Royals. Their colonel is the Princess Royal. The farriers, dressed in their dark blue tunics, their glinting axes. Farrier with the black plume is Lance Corporal of Horse Adam Bliss from Life Guards, joined the army 8 years ago, been a farrier apprentice for the last 3 years, due to qualify as a full army farrier in January.
Now moving into trot, and you can see everyone trying to maintain a steady sitting trot. Not the most comfortable gait. But good control there from the King's Troop. Commanding Officer Major Mark Edward is riding Lucy, and over the past 24 months Lucy has been extremely lucky, recovering from a potentially life-threatening leg injury and a suspected temporary blindness. But as you can see, she is now in fine health. Her Majesty the Queen, with her great knowledge of horses and also her affection for them, watching carefully. There are 75 horses on the troop this year, and they include Harlequin, who's a 5-year-old Cleveland Bay who was given to the King's Troop from the Queen last year. And he's only 5 years old, so he's come a long way. Today is his first Queen's Birthday parade. Including the horses of the Household Cavalry, we will find somewhere in there Ink Spot, who's adored by troopers in particular, because if you bare your teeth at him, he bares his back. Not aggressively. You're most likely to get a big slobbery kiss if you get too close.
Well, for their special birthday tribute, the mounted bands, led by Major Paul Wilman, salute in their special way. Kettle drummers crossing their sticks as they pass the saluting base. And among the musicians, Corporal of Horse Fraser Herman, Corporal of Horse Philip Rowe, Lance Corporal Richard Stringfellow, musician Luke Bramley. They were telling me at a Defence Medical Workers charity event this week how much they were looking forward to today's parade. So the mounted band has stopped and the Director of Music will soon turn inwards, signalling that he's handing back control to the field officer, that the Household Cavalry is in position and settled.
Guards! Royal salute! Present! Arms! Guards! Slow! Arms! Guards! In close order! Left and right! Press!
Guards taking up their dressing this time, all guards in one long line, and remarkable to think this is done, it's accomplished with no word of command being given.
Guards! Well formed! 3 ranks! Form! 3 ranks! Guards will return! About! Tower! At the halt! 5 divisions! Right form! Quick! March!
So the guards closing up to reduce the length of the procession along the Mall, forming 6 divisions. Music is the adjutant, composed by Drum Major Tom Burkett.
Divisions will advance! About! Tower! Guards on the escort, form close column. Remainder, quick march.
So the pace stick is returned to the Regimental Sergeant Major Martin Tops by the orderly, Guardsman Byron Clark.
Guards! Left! Yes!
The left guide of the escort, Colour Sergeant Graham Roberts from Bangor in North Wales, Company Quartermaster Sergeant of the Prince of Wales Company. And at the far end of the parade ground, Garrison Sergeant Major Bill Mott making his way along to the approach road, ready to give the signal that all is clear for the royal procession to leave. It's his 11th birthday parade in this central role. Bill Mott, the eldest of three brothers, they've all served in the Welsh Guards. Bill Mott and his brother Major Nicky Mott, both Falklands veterans, they led the bearer party for the funeral of Baroness Thatcher. Field officer will ask Her Majesty's permission to march off to conclude this parade of 2013 in the 60th anniversary year of the Queen's coronation.
Your Majesty's Guards are ready to march off, ma'am.
So the permission is given, bringing the formal part of the parade to an end. But there's still plenty of colour and plenty of music to come, because we'll be following the processions along the Mall all the way down to Buckingham Palace, where the crowds will be gathering right now, ready for that balcony appearance and the fly past. Glass coach being brought back to Horse Guards. Glass coach which was built back in 1881 but was bought in 1911 for the coronation of King George V, and it's been used for many royal weddings since then. It's kept in the Royal Mews at Buckingham Palace. Big windows which allow spectators to see who's inside, so it's a very useful vehicle on these occasions. And indeed, as the Queen prepares to use the glass coach once again, worth remembering that she and the Duke of Edinburgh travelled in it on their wedding day in 1947. We're on the Mall, the first of the carriage processions returning to Buckingham Palace. In the first carriage we have the Duchess of Cambridge, Duchess of Cornwall there on the left, and we have Prince Harry too. Duchess of Cambridge